In this question here, we have rationalising surds with conjugates. We have 1 over 5 plus root 2. In order to rationalise this, we have to get rid of the square root from the denominator. So what I have to do is multiply by the conjugate. Now what the conjugate is the same numbers but the opposite sign. So I have, instead of 5 plus root 2, I multiply by 5 minus root 2. And if I multiply the bottom by 5 minus root 2, I have to multiply the top by 5 minus root 2. I then expand that out. I've got 1 times 5, which is 5. 1 times minus root 2 minus root 2. And that's divided by, in the denominator, I have 5 times 5, which is 25. 5 times minus root 2, which is minus 5 root 2. Then I have root 2 times 5, which is plus 5 root 2. And then I have root 2 times minus root 2, which is minus 2. I then simplify this down. As my numerator, I have 5 minus root 2. Now if we look at the denominator, I have minus 5 root 2 and plus 5 root 2. So minus 5 root 2 plus 5 root 2 cancels out. And what I'm left with is 25 take away 2, which is 23. That's my final answer. In the second example, we have 1 over 4 minus root 3. To get rid of this, to rationalise the surd here, we have to multiply by the conjugate, which is going to be 4 plus root 3. If I multiply the bottom by 4 plus root 3, I must multiply the top by 4 plus root 3. If I expand out, 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times root 3 is plus root 3. My denominator, I have 4 times 4, which is 16. 4 times plus root 3, which is plus 4 root 3. Then minus root 3 times 4 is minus 4 root 3. And then minus root 3 times root 3 is minus 3. I have to simplify that down. My numerator stays as 4 plus root 3. In my denominator, the plus 4 root 3 and the minus 4 root 3 cancel out. And I'm left with 16 take away 3, which is 13. I cannot simplify this anymore, so that is my final answer. Here are 2 questions for you to have a go at. Press pause and we'll run through them in a few seconds. Okay, for the first one, the conjugate of 7 minus root 3 is 7 plus root 3. If I multiply the bottom by 7 plus root 3, I must multiply the top by 7 plus root 3. If I expand that out, 1 times 7 is 7. 1 times root 3 is plus root 3. My denominator, 7 times 7, 49. 7 times root 3 plus 7 root 3 minus root 3 times 7 minus 7 root 3, and minus root 3 times root 3 is minus 3. If I simplify this down, my numerator stays the same, and my denominator, the 7 plus root 3 and the minus 7 plus root 3 cancel out. 49 take away 3 is 46. That's my final answer. For the next one, I have the root first. I have the surd before the actual number in the denominator, but the process is exactly the same. I multiply by the conjugate, root 5 minus 2. So I have to multiply the top by root 5 minus 2. If I expand this out, 1 times root 5 is root 5. 1 times minus 2 is minus 2, divided by root 5 times root 5 is 5. Root 5 times minus 2 is minus 2 root 5. Then 2 times root 5 is plus 2 root 5. And 2 times minus 2 is minus 4. If we expand that out, I've got root 5 minus 2 at the top. And as my denominator, my minus 2 root 5 and the plus 2 root 5 cancel out. 5 take away 4 is 1, and that can be simplified even further to root 5 minus 2. That's my final answer.